Hey.
Welcome back to the Post Definitions podcast. I'm your host, Freddie Lancia, and today I'm talking to Phil. I met him at a really nice student-run cafe on campus where we study in Germany. And we basically started exploring this topic of how places change our identity, make us feel different in our skin, act differently. And so that's kind of the core of this episode, although we explore a lot of topics around creativity and life, like always. So let's dive into it. I hope you enjoy. I'm Freddie Lancia.
I'm Philip Klein.
And this is the Post Definitions podcast.
I actually put on this clothing for that.
To be sophisticated.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, to be professional. Yeah. You were talking about like how the podcast gives you an opportunity to be professional.
Exactly. That's what I wanted to train.
Yeah.
But we will bring those worlds together.
So Philip was asking me, was telling me that like me doing podcasts is like a great opportunity to kind of learn how to be professional.
Mm-hmm.
To practice speaking in sort of like a high pressure context.
Yeah, also. Yeah.
And you want to be professional.
Well, I mean, it's what is professionalism? Like, on one side, I want to be competent in stuff and want to say what I very professional, and I want to say things that I know to be true, or like have at least a backup of arguments in mind. There's this world of competence, and then you have this world of maybe also identity, or like how you show yourself towards others, or how you act in an environment where a certain role has to be played or is expected. And like it or not, there are some like actions you can take and behaviors that you can master, like just like to navigate through those environments. Of course, you can criticize it. There are a lot of people who are just like, acting professional, and behind this facade, you don't find them authentic or truly competent in what they're saying. Of course, it's not for me to act like this, but just like feel calm in those environments.
Yeah. Maybe there's a difference between like being able to, I don't know, do what you want to do, not make a fool out of yourself, and sort of playing by society's rules in the most basic way, right? I think people criticize like, oh, we have to wear a suit, we have to play by these rules, we have to say, be very polite. I don't know, but there's also something to learn in just the fact that you need to be calm.
Mm-hmm.
You need to remember just to basically act like yourself, but like a little bit better than if you were like just hanging out with your best friend.
Yeah, it's like exactly, and like to figure this all out for me in this novel format for mine, I decided to partake in it. Yeah, but
To partake in the podcast.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. It's a good opportunity. But you wanted to say something.
Yes, I wanted to ask you, what do you bring to the table for this podcast?
That's a good question. Well, I facilitate it. Without me, it wouldn't happen.
True.
That's important.
I give that point.
And well, I think I guess I think of myself as good for the podcast because I'm a good listener,
Mm-hmm.
and because I try to dig deeper. Like that's like the simple philosophy. If I were to tell someone how to make a podcast, I would say, stay calm, keep it chill, find your vibe, like find your topic and your vibe, because generally if you want to start a project, you should kind of try to brand it in the sense that you shouldn't branch out and just explore everything. You can do that. Some podcasts do that.
Mm-hmm.
But in general, like finding a niche is a good idea.
Yeah.
So you don't, so you know where to start. It's like you're a writer. It's not nice to start writing something when you could write about anything. It's better to start with a topic,
Exactly.
right? Yeah, and so
To have an orientation. Also
So-
for the listener. So
Yes.
they can expect certain topics, and they can connect it to this theme, to this broad
Definitely.
theme.
Definitely.
Don't feel lost or ask the question, okay, what are they doing?
Yes.
Yeah.
And so, what do I bring to the podcast? And then it's about asking, like listening, asking good questions, and not being too worried about fucking it up, as I would say.
Yeah.
That's a big thing. I think one of the nicest things about making your own project is you can decide what's good enough. Like I hate, I mean right now I'm doing this master's in math, and I love that. I love how much I'm learning and stuff, but I don't like the exams because it's like, whoa, you're judging me so hard. Like we
True.
are like I'm like me and everyone in this class are fucking geniuses, and we're all failing because you're holding us to such a high standard. It's so unnecessary. Like that's how I feel. And so like my podcast, I can say it's chill. We don't need to be the best. you
Yeah.
know? I think that's great.
Yeah, and you can also intentionally fuck up, like just like to break the format.
Yeah,
Also like that.
that's
Like,
nice.
just fuck the whole thing.
Yeah.
Also.
Fuck the whole thing. I can say that that's probably more relevant to creative things than like math, because like fucking up the math is not a great idea.
Yeah.
But at the same time, a little bit of creativity goes far, even in math. Like we didn't invent anything in our class, but if we had a little bit more room for creativity, we might have actually been able to discover something on our own, I think.
Yeah, this is like this skill, this creative skill, like to break up the axioms you are acting upon or framing something, like to make this explicit or have a sense to get out of it. That's a tough spot, because where you end up when you get out of your own frame of reference is chaos. You don't know. Just like this realm of intuition, where you end up, and it's exciting. And yeah, there we are, in an exciting topic.
Yes, and in the fact that you called it exciting is something that I mentioned earlier about that you're looking for opportunities to be challenged, to learn and grow. And I think that is like such a great mentality that will take you, maybe you don't know where, but will take you on, right? That's what we were talking about earlier. Like, do you want to expand on that? Why you are open and excited about challenging things?
Yeah, I can also put it simple. Like for me, that's living, just being in constant movement, and this movement brings you somewhere where you've never been. And otherwise, I spent also a lot of phases in my life where I was ending up in a little box of safety, of security. I think we all know that, where we just, I don't know, feel stuck somewhere. And this is this is not how we made, or like this feeling to get out, to seek stuff, like find an adventure for yourself, or learn new things, is you cannot erase that out of yourself. At least I can't, and I don't want to. I'm really loving it.
Nice.
And, yeah.
Do you have any advice for someone who's stuck in a box, stuck in their safety, or maybe stuck in themselves? Like in the identity context, it would be like you're stuck because you don't think you can do it, because you don't think that you are that person. Yeah, I don't know if that's what you experienced.
There are so many little things where you can get stuck or inhibit yourself, and it's just like a world. And culturally speaking and discourse-wise, I think we are all trying to find our personal solutions to get forward. Like, but when I'm now just like coming up with some ideas, they might turn out to be very cliche, like be very generic.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
You can put it on a calendar as a phrase,
I get it.
most likely. It's like, at least that I'm worried about. Even though I truly mean them, when communicated in this broad sense, they often just lose connection.
I get it.
To the experience.
So you're saying, ask me a more interesting question. And
I like the question, but it's difficult to answer.
No, but it's like, yeah, we've been asking this question for a while, and that's why every answer is already cliche, maybe.
Yeah, because also it's we all trying to collectively find a language for our problems and discuss them. Like you listening to podcasts to also learn more about yourself. Like you listen to someone just displaying something or like telling their opinion, and you think where you can relate and what you look into yourself, what it does to you, or at least I do, and there we try to puzzle things for us together, for ourselves together. I mean, yeah, and I think this is not a bad question. This is one of those eternal questions we are constantly asking. It's just like I'm not yet the wise guy with the beard who has a polished answer on it.
That's fair.
Yeah.
So when you're
like both seekers,
when you are trying to write, because you said you tried to write, but sometimes you're overthinking and you're wondering, oh, is this? I don't know. You're overthinking, and sometimes you're not finishing or getting where you want to be. Is this a problem that you reach a lot, where you say, oh, I could write about that, but this would be too cliche, or?
Yes, of course, this is one of those stopping points. This is one huge stopping point, and another one is also I don't know if how much you have this one. You write, but at some point you lose a sense for it, and you have just like an emptiness where you lost your idea or your thought or your feeling that led you writing, and you do not have a grip of it anymore. You're disconnected from the idea you actually wanted to put into words, right? And that's what want to work on right now, to strengthen my grip. Like when I have an idea that inspires me, it's like a little fluke, or I don't know, it just crosses your mind, that I really try to catch it and hold it and not let it slip away so fast.
Nice. Well, that's very well said. You could write about that.
Yeah.
But
even in English, nice.
Yeah.
Great.
That's great.
Thanks.
Next episode in Deutsch.
Okay. Yeah. I challenge you. And in Italy, I will visit you.
Yeah, great.
Make great use of it.
We'll go to Italy, speak German. In Germany, speak English.
And then we go to the US and speak Italy.
And speak Italian. Get working on it.
Okay. How can I give you this question back? Like, what do you do when you are stuck in writing? Because I know that you are also actively writing.
Yeah, like I'm not actually super actively writing. I mean, I've been busy with the masters, but you saw that I did write in the past, and I do write when I need to, like for my mental health, like journaling. And I do try to write sometimes. I definitely relate to this idea of gripping, and I did want to ask you later, like how you do manage to grip. I think one of the ways that I fall out of grip is that I'm really slow, and then I take a break, and there's no pressure, and pressure sometimes is necessary to keep the grip.
Yeah.
Because if you spend 2 hours writing not that much, and then you leave it, and then you come back and there's a mess, you're like, well, this is a mess, I'm done. Is that what you kind of mean? Is that one aspect of losing grip?
Yeah, there are at least two very interesting things that I like to talk about. It's like, first and foremost, yes. So it's like, of course, pressuring is a way to find your focus, like just like to keep it on a high degree. It is or it can be a solution, or it can be important to do that to yourself, let's say, in times of need, like to just like get to the end point of your concentration and your ability. But I mean, it's a high point that you cannot prolong for so long time. And I would say that or suggest to talk differently about being slow, because I think it's a major part to be slow, to grasp an idea in great detail, and also to feel it deeply. And we are unfortunately, or at least, yeah, that's my sense, we are unfortunately fed with a sense of intelligence that connects cognitive ability with just being very fast, like find a fast output, being fast in the process. And this is, of course, a major cognitive ability to find good solutions faster. But for certain aspects, I imagine this is not the way. And all realms of feeling are not described greatly in this sense. There you have to just be present, like not wholly, like completely present, bodily, mentally, and focus on this idea. But you don't have to stumble forward in any direction. It just needs to you just need to find a state of openness to let it come to you. And this is actually very calm. And this sense of being fast is something that I know very well, but I also identify it as a consequence of anxiety, like to get out of this state. And because there are several reasons for that, why we try to evade this open state, because
I totally get it. I think you're right. but like I said, I think there's a use for speed. In a previous episode with Andrea, she said that she gets like embarrassed of her work. She basically overthinks and criticizes her work, and I think we both relate to that. So one of her strategies is to do it fast before she can hate it. Okay. And I definitely relate to that. Like the Who Am I in the Streets of Sydney film that I made, it's like also on the podcast. I also still hate it, but I also love it because I did it, and I haven't done that many things, and I did it fast, and then as soon as it was finished, I hated it, and then I waited a year before I even posted it because I didn't like it. But the point is that I only finished it because I did it fast. But I think, and I think that the openness and the slowness is huge. But I can be a little bit too slow, definitely. Sluggish, and like I said, like I don't like I'm pretty easy on myself, actually. Like I said, comparing like myself with how much the university puts pressure versus how much pressure I put on myself with the podcast. I'm basically proud of myself if I do anything. That's funny because I'm a pretty hard worker, but I'm still pretty easy on myself. But what I want to say is that this combination of speed, some kind of combination of speed and slowness, is really important. And to answer your question about how I like write, I honestly, I don't feel like I have the answer. Definitely not. It's been a while since I successfully wrote anything. But I would say, like, for writing, creative projects, finishing them, I think in general, what I feel is that you need to, for me, to introduce a topic, give yourself space to think about it. Like, you know, you try to write and you're stuck and you're staring at your computer and you're like, this is so not where I need to be. I'm getting distracted. I'm looking at my phone. I go for a run or go to sleep or anything. Let my brain do its like passive thing, and then I come back, and as long as I'm determined, that will have been helpful. That break will have been helpful. If I'm not determined, then I'll just look at the mess that I had and I'll be like, oh, this is a mess. I move on. But if I'm determined, plus I took the time, then you just have to wait for the speed. Like, you have to wait for that moment of inspiration and then go do it, right?
What is a determination for you?
Like,
connected to a specific goal that you have in front of you?
it's like, yeah, it's like being almost sure that you're gonna do it, almost sure that you're gonna finish it. Like, almost. When you have an exam, you're basically 100% sure that you're gonna take that exam. At least for me. I know some people drop out of university or whatever, but not for me. Like, when I have that external pressure, I'm like, even if I don't want to do it, I'm going to do it. And determination can also just be anything you put your mind to. And you can always lose that determination. You know, you can always,
that one is easy,
back out. Just depends on who you are and how strong you are, really. How much you care about your own decisions.
Yeah, I mean, of course, we all, I think, do care about our own decisions, or like most of. I mean, it's just like a paradox, or like a tricking yourself that you are keeping away from those practices and actions that you actually wanted to do. And I mean, there's a reason why I'm struggling with having an output with the creative things that I enjoy. I love those, but on the other hand, I'm also struggling with getting to this output. And I mean, it's a very human, normal thing. It's completely annoying. And I mean, this discussion of us just like points to this issue, to puzzle about it and to find to get it clearer. Yeah, I mean, in the end, it's tough. On the one hand, do you have to be disciplined? Of course, yeah, and we all have those talks in mind. Sometimes I also think that it's maybe healthy to unleash yourself and escape your own whip, let's say, a little bit. Like, I mean, we can just like bury ourselves with ideas and thoughts and projects. And sometimes maybe that's what we consciously make up for ourselves is not that correct. I mean, it's maybe also a fallacy when you are very disciplined and you just delve into something that is maybe not very much worth striving for. So you have to actually be able to constantly criticize your highest ideas, let's say, and to find them shitty once in a while.
Yeah. Would you feel like, I mean, this is a very broad question, but do you feel like you can do that? Do you think that you would take it like a personal attack to your identity if you have to give up a long-held belief or something you've been talking about, something that you, yeah.
So the tendency is to make myself more independent from certain identity aspects, let's say. I mean, why should I get into identity crisis when I just all of a sudden don't want to play music anymore? I mean, you can just express yourself and live life, enjoy life in all sorts of ways. You are not bound to a specific one. And I think it's also unhealthy when you identify too strongly with something. This can be detrimental in a way where you're feeling attacked immediately when yourself gets not fulfilled, when you show yourself not being the brilliant guitar player, let's say, or whatnot, whatever you have in mind for yourself. But I mean, being creative is also caring about this thing that you do. Of course, you feel connected to it, and that's also like the risk that you take. Like, this is a part of you, and when it's just like falling apart or not flourishing, if you really care about it, and you should, because why would you do it then? This should make something out of it, like affect you. So also there, I'm being between those both poles, let's say.
Sure.
Independence and taking the risk to see value in something and meaning and trying to make it real.
Can you think of a time where you had to give up a belief?
Yeah. Yes, and I'm a dreamer, so I come up with a lot of scenarios, ideas, things to do. But as Radiohead puts it, dreamers hardly learn, let's say, and a lot of things that I just make up, I didn't really follow. So, and at some point, you're just like overloaded with versions of yourself, and then you are thinking, okay, time to clean up here. I'm not becoming a dancer. All right, I know that by now. So stop daydreaming about it.
Did you want to become a dancer?
Yes, actually, yes.
Nice.
Yes, I was going for some courses and had ideas of movements, but for me the main thing is that I wasn't not conscious enough for my body. Like, I was way too much in my head. I still am. Like, it's getting way better with dancing, but to really express yourself bodily, it's you need a way more detailed feeling. Yeah, of yourself, of your body.
Okay.
Yeah. And and actually this was not the easiest thing. It was just like I had this one for years, right? And right now I'm just thinking back on this without any emotion, but I like to put something into the world. I like to try that, definitely. But yeah, this was one identity part, or that's something that I want to have as my identity that I gave up.
Yeah.
What about you?
Good question. My question.
Can I criticize it?
I don't know, like, sometimes I'm, like, for instance, I took these exams in the last 2 days, and I don't know how I did yet, but I might have failed. Like, they're so hard. And I might have passed, I might have failed, but my scholarship also relies on me passing. And I guess, like, something I did for my own mental health is sort of say, already, even though I don't know if I passed or failed, basically try to prepare myself for the worst and say, like, it's okay, you're gonna be okay, you're still you, you're gonna be fine no matter what. So even though I didn't actually lose something, I tried to get used to the idea of losing something, losing a belief. I mean, I broke up with my girlfriend recently, and that's also another example of like you have to change your worldview. You have to find a way to believe, like you lose a belief that you had. Even if you do it to yourself. It's just in some ways that's even harder but yeah, I think these are examples of
recent examples.
like these are life changes. It doesn't have to be, but yeah, it's kind of yeah, that's what comes to mind. So
hey Pia, I've one more method I want to bring to the table that I want to try out to get into the creative realm, the creative flow state, as people say. And it's all about attention and focus. I mean, we are distracted by nearly everything of this modern world, by social media, digital devices, whatnot, and of course we are surrounded by a lot of people. It's hard to get a space for yourself, and I don't know in how you live and where you live. For my part, I'm living in a shared flat since 7 years, and I feel that this is way too small of a space for myself to just have my own cosmos, let's say, because I'm constantly thinking all those people consciously and subconsciously with me. Like, does this person like it when I put this into the kitchen, and how are we splitting the money there, and he or she is behaving like that, and how do I react on we are in a Streit agreement? No, not agreement. We're arguing constantly, and this is putting pressure on myself. So I'm looking forward a lot to just have my own apartment and build my own cosmos there, let's say. I'm excited about it, how much that does also to the things I'm pursuing. Yeah,
definitely. Yeah, I find myself basically in the same situation. I think if you haven't lived on your own for 7 years, it will definitely you will definitely also experience some loneliness, and you will have to find.
I think I would love it.
You think you'll love it? That's great. That's great. That's great. Yeah, maybe just for me, like I would need to find a balance. Like I'm excited because I'm gonna live in a dorm, but there's still gonna be people around. So I have my own space. I don't know exactly what it's gonna look like, if I have my own kitchen or not, but I'm really excited for that. I think I have my own kitchen. Anyway, but like I like to have people around as well. I think
of course, but you can decide when they get into your life.
That's true. Yeah.
You have more control over it.
Definitely.
And then you can also more enjoy it.
Yeah. Okay, let's talk about being social. All right. Let's talk about where we are. Millie Ways.
Oh yes, yeah, that's a great transition. We are inside the Willy Ways. That's one of my most beloved rooms on earth. It's my second living room, I would say. And if we look around, you would say it's just like a typical tiny cafe, organized by students inside the University of Wuppertal, Germany. And well, it from the outside, you might notice it at all. Like when you just run around the floors, most people are just not recognizing it at all. And well, why is it? Well, why do I think that this room is special? I think the room itself isn't. It's about the people and the framework where they meet here. And this room is not actually doesn't exist, let's say. It's not formally here. There's no... It's just like a little blind spot for the overall arching rules of the university. Don't tell anyone. Because it's like the whole university is built on completely different premises. When you look at the building as such, it's very functional. Like you have the bureaus and you have the seminar rooms, but there's actually no... The architects had no real sense how to design rooms for social meetings, let's say. And on top of that, we have German bureaucracy, which is killing the rest of it, let's say. Of course, we have a cafeteria and a mensa, but it's a little bit too sterilized, too formal. Like, at least for people that have a similar personality to mine. I like meeting up with friends in the mensa, but it's a completely different vibe.
For the Americans, mensa is like a cafeteria.
Yeah.
Cafeteria.
Yeah, we have two types here. I don't know. The mensa is the cheap cafeteria. It's for the students, and then you're on top floor. You have the cafeteria where you get more expensive, more delicious food. Yeah. In any way, this room was okay. I can give you a little bit of history about it.
Give it.
Just a small recap. So this room was completely empty in the 1990s, and until just 3 students found it and thought, okay, let's chill here. And then the people responsible for it said, no, you can't, because we have like this paragraph, and then there's this formal rule, and you cannot do it. And then those 3 students were just being persistent and just saying, come on, dude, it's just a room. Let us do our thing here. Just leave us alone. We just don't do anything bad with it. Yeah, and yeah, come on, please make it happen. And so a miracle happened, and the bureaucrats said, yeah, okay, well, whatever. And since then, we have this room organized by students, and actually being quite illegal because we are selling drinks. And what happens?
But you just buy it with paper.
Also, yeah, we have all our own
Currency.
Our own currency, exactly. Yeah. Okay, this is actually so far that's also very normal, but what it does to, let's say, the social engagement here is that people fall a little bit out of their typical roles. Like outside of this room, you are either a student, or you are the professor, or you are like a construction worker or a technician working at the university. And here, you first and foremost just like, yeah, you want to drink a cafe or a tea. And with this completely simple framework in mind, I had so many nice talks with, professors, teachers that would usually just treat me as a number, as a matrikel number, or like one of the heads that look at them during the seminar. And this is just like, of course, this is just like a cafe, but for me it opened up so many opportunities, because the opportunities, like the potential that you gain out of engagement with humans are not foreseeable. They are quite endless.
Definitely.
So there was one professor, a teacher here for the economical science department, who was giving me a lecture for 2 hours on this table here, and just teaching me about a topic that I found very interesting.
Wow.
Just because, I don't know, it would happen nowhere.
That wouldn't happen to you anywhere else?
There's no other opportunity where you can get this for myself with this special person, because outside of this cafe, we just meet in different contexts, if at all, like in seminars and lectures, and usually professors don't have a limited time. They cannot give you that much attention, let's say, for such prolonged hours. And of course you need to find each other in a way where the walls are just scrapped off a little bit, and of course you have to meet at the same place, and this is one of them, if not the only, also where you get into this kind of vibe. What I'm saying is we need way more cafes inside the universities, and way more rooms where typical norms and rules are just standing outside the door.
Yeah. But how do you think that's achieved? Like, it's great that this place kind of came in a natural, organic way, and that it's made by students. But what do you think uniquely makes it continue to leave roles at the door?
So, yeah, the first part is, I mean, how does such a room emerge? I think this is the only way, just like by coincidence, and because the structures don't allow for it. Like, legally speaking, it should not exist. It can't exist. I mean, of course, we have like half a dozen of cafes inside the university. Now, tens of thousands of students are studying here. We have multiple cafeterias, but they are, of course, officially structured. And for that to happen here, we need to make official that we are selling all the stuff, and we need to employ people and whatnot.
Yeah.
So, and this would kill a lot of the, let's say, the social tissue that gives it this kind of mood, let's say.
I get it. Because it's very cheap, and it would get more expensive if they had to pay taxes, I guess.
Yeah, okay, that's what.
What?
Yeah.
And if they...
if you're honest. It's about that.
If they had to employ...
It's the cheapest coffee.
It's super cheap, and I think that's really important. Because you come in and you don't feel like you need to buy anything. Mm-hmm. So it's not about the money. It's like not capitalistic, it's not about the money. Mm-hmm. And you could get 2 drinks if you want. It's almost like being at home. Like, you don't have to worry too much.
Yeah.
And then you kind of are friends with the... Because it's not that serious. So the people behind the counter, they also come and sit in front of the counter. Sometimes they invite you back. It's very, very casual. And I think that's... breaking those rules just feels good, right?
Yeah.
It feels... Yeah.
I think that what we are doing right now is an output of this environment, because we've never met, I guess, when we are sitting next to each other in the cafeteria, where we are just looking at our food or at the people we already know and leave the others alone. At least in Germany, that's the vibe. We tend to ignore people we don't know or are being introduced directly.
Yeah, definitely. And how do you think that because people will sit, because I think it's also about the layout. Like, there's like 2 tables, 1 big table. Mm-hmm. Basically, if the room fills up, people are going to start sitting at each other's tables. And that's important.
Also, yeah.
Like small tables as well, yeah.
It's those tiny things. I also like this constellation here. I mean, we just changed it a little bit for the podcast so that we really like angle towards each other. But I would keep it as such. That's cool. It's just like inviting 2 persons just like to just have a cool dialogue for 2 hours.
Definitely. Yeah. I think it is better than the table being in the middle.
Yeah, you were right about that. Yeah.
Really ways. Hopefully they keep that. Yeah. I don't know, like this thing about why do people only in Germany they basically only talk to the people who they already know? Or do you think how many people wish that somebody would approach them sometimes?
Good question. I don't know. That would make up you can make a great survey out of this.
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah. I would like to know.
It's
I think we are not that socially awkward. Like compared to other societies and cultures, I wish we had more of the Spanish. Just more warm and chill. We just talk. It doesn't matter. I'm happy that we are not that isolated compared to the Scandinavians. But also all of this is, you have to keep in mind, it's just like the big stereotype here. Like, I actually just know like great, very social people here. So I don't rank them beneath anyone else on the earth. Like, they're cool.
yeah.
So, but I either would like to get to know this, how my fellow citizens are thinking about this question, or like experiment with it, just talking to them. I'm constantly thinking about that, but what do I want to talk about with the person?
I saw a nice little video on YouTube like 2 days ago. It was called Passing, and it's like Passing, a New York City short film, and it was 2 minutes, and it was like two people passing each other on the street. They almost made eye contact, but not really. And then, I mean, you guys should watch it. But basically, it's about wanting to talk to someone on the street and considering whether you should. And well, yeah, this has also been on my mind because I've been too busy with studying to even like consider very much interaction or put any effort into that. But now that I'm finished with exams, it's like, okay, now I want to get back to myself. I want to be my social self, because when I travel, I like meet so many people, and I don't know why or how, but it just happens. And even, yeah, I think even in antisocial places, people like sense that like, oh, this is a foreigner. I don't know, it's different. But anyway.
Yeah, true. It's just like this traveler mentality for once, that you are more of a magnet for this. And then you're in a different environment. People are just like being excited about that. And of course, you are in hostels where people have the same mindset and just want to meet people.
That's true.
Right.
When I flew to Wuppertal, I flew to Frankfurt, and then I took the Deutsche Bahn for like 6 hours or something to Wuppertal, and I met someone like the entire time, like on every single train.
Oh, okay.
Which is crazy because it's Germany, and that never happens. I don't know. And they were all like so many interesting interactions. There was like old people and kids and people my age, and it was amazing. A kid gifted me a book, and
Which book?
It was Die Drei.
Die Drei? It's about the number 3?
No, it's The Investigators. I don't know if you heard
Die
of
drei
it.
Fragezeichen.
Yeah, genau.
That's actually US American. We talked about audio plays.
Yeah.
This is one, but this is not. I don't have the English word for it.
Oh, I get it.
Right?
I finally get it.
Yeah.
Even though I don't know, like I finally, because it's a long story, but I heard about someone talking about the voice actor, and I was like, what does that even mean? The voice actor of this show.
Exactly. You just have the voice of this.
Okay, and it's an American thing. Okay.
Yeah, and then we Germans loved it so much that actually like some organization took over it and got like this branding and bought all of that, and now the Germans are doing it.
Wow. Yeah. That's why I was really confused, because I was like, this is set in California, but it feels so German.
Yeah, it's just like a cultural mix-up. Yeah.
Wow, interesting.
Yeah, there are a lot of fans. Like die drei Fragezeichen, that's like 3 question marks. It's like 3 detectives. Like 3 young men who are solving some crime stories. But it's not... it's like all mysterious and exciting and a little bit dark, but it's also made for children, like that young people can listen to it. Yeah.
Nice. Okay. So the overarching question is, because we were talking also about places, because I was telling you about this place in Sarajevo that I am like obsessed with. It's like this old concert hall where like people still gather there every Monday or Tuesday, and it feels like going back in time to like 1930s or something, where there are just like all these old people dressed fancy, and then they like get drunk and sing songs. And then you were telling me about like the Wuppertal equivalent. You remember this?
Café Ada, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or Loch.
You were like, yeah. And so,
Or at least I wish for a room that has like where people collectively meet up in this way. The closest I imagine is Café Ada, which is like a jazz bar where also people gather up for dancing salsa and tango and whatnot. And actually, they come from the Netherlands for those events. Yeah, just seems to be a big enough of a thing that they care about. Yeah,
cool. So, like, we talked, just to wrap it up, I guess, or we don't have to wrap it up, but like, what makes a place? Like, does a place change even our own identity, or just like, because it changes how we act and how we treat people, and also maybe how we perceive ourselves in that moment?
It's like a complicated thing and a lucky thing. Like, we I think connect the environment or the context does a lot of it influences a lot how we behave, of course, and we are very sensible for that socially. In private, we behave differently with good friends, of course, but we are way more fine-tuned than that, like just about being private and public. It's also about like smaller in between context, and here like this communal practice, as said, just you can be more open here. Like, everyone just loses its role a little bit. Like, as I said, professors come here, the technicians like it here, and for that, I think this is already a great social success, because you have like 3 worlds of humans combined together. Like, there's the students, the professors, like the academics, and some technicians or construction workers who also feel comfortable in here. Try to design that, like to get people from different socialization and environments together, and just like make them all feel comfortable. Okay.
Yeah.
And this is something that you keep alive with the people who are just like acting it out inside the environment. It's just like you cannot just color the room in it. It's just, of course, it's not the room itself. It's all how the people behave in it, and other new people who getting in there for the first time recognizes and see, okay, that's the vibe, and then they keep it alive with acting in it. And you can also lose it. It's just like a spirit that you have to uphold.
Yeah.
And it can be also just like a shitty, boring room tomorrow when everyone acts like it.
Yeah, I think it's like, I think I can imagine that it's about the individuals here, and how they are passionate about it and they care about it, so they keep volunteering and they keep coming, and they're actually cool people, which is important, because like if you have like a really nerdy place where like you come and everyone's social, but you just don't really think the people are that cool, maybe it's not the same, or maybe it's for a different group. I don't know.
Exactly. It's also about like this social chemistry. Like I'm also try to put a balance to the people who meet there. If you have like 2 cool people, like a little bit posh with their clothing, and 2 fancy, like where do the nerds go? Like I want them all here.
The notes?
The nerds.
The nerds.
Yeah, or like just people students who are more introverted, just are not that outgoing. They should all feel welcome here, without having the sense of that there's just like a bubble inside this room where you have to be part of, and you feel excluded by it. Definitely. So I try to break this all the time when I see it coming up, because that also happens frequently.
That you see people feeling not welcome, or
also that certain bubbles are forming here, and just like one big friend bubble. I mean, the room is not that big.
Yeah, definitely.
And that you find a balance here also. And give the other ones the feeling of being welcome.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it's not like a magical place. I didn't always feel like I could talk to everyone, or I didn't feel always like I was in the bubble or something. But somehow there are also like clearly antisocial people sitting and in a bubble, and it's fine.
Yeah. They belong here as well, of course. Yes. Yeah.
Cool.
Exactly.
So
didn't talk about the parties here. They were also really nice.
Oh, I didn't
actually go. Very good. That's a pity. It's amazing how much fun we had in this little room.
Nice.
I mean, it should be not that much. It's like you can fit 40 or 50 people in here. But, I mean, in Wuppertal, it's... we have a lot of people have this idea in mind to become a DJ. Like in my bubble, like every second person is a DJ.
It's a German thing.
Yeah, it's a German thing. It's a little bit stupid, but it's also very cool because they are good in what they're doing.
Nice.
And then we had like a friend of mine was organizing it and had just asked 5 DJs out. Okay, easy. And they all dragged their friends groups with him. Had a very nice party. That's something that I want to keep in mind, that you do not have to aim for like the big status things. You don't have to be in Berghain in this Berlin techno club, or I don't know. For the US Americans, I don't know. You don't have to really. You don't need to be at the NFL games. I mean, I think it's good. It's actually amazing. But if you have the opportunity, do it. But also, it's amazing how like wicked and great things just happen in this regional local sphere where no one knows about or gives a fuck about. But it's amazing.
That's true. I think that's kind of what I would mean when I say you don't need to, for instance, have that much money. Like, I feel like people get offended by that when they're like, oh, but I need food and I need to live, whatever. I need food for my family. But I'm talking about like having like a lot of money to have like luxury things, because I think in the end you can have more fun if you just have like good friends and have a nice environment and a place, and also all like the basic things covered. But like then you could have it Berghain or at a famous place, right? Because in the end, it's really, really good feeling to feel welcome somewhere and feel like you're part of it and feel like you're important there. Other people care about you being there.
Yeah.
Like if you're at like famous person's concert, you're nobody, and some people like that. But I guess for me, it's like, yeah, like you said, it's a good experience, but it's not the thing that you want, right?
It's an important point you said. Yeah, definitely. You're more part of it, because this is this is where I spend a lot of time of my life here, and know a lot of people. And yes, connection is a big part of it. And this is something you cannot exchange with like a huge celebrity or public format. We are just there to identify maybe with the celebrity on the stage, and you completely lose yourself. But in your little world, this little world of yours actually that becomes very big when you feel the connection.
Yeah, definitely.
And I think it's a it's a desire of all of us. Yeah.
We've been talking for a while.
Oh yes. I don't know how long.
I don't know how long, but I don't know. We could end the conversation. I could ask you one more thing.
Okay.
And you can also ask me if you feel like continuing. But maybe we can open one last thing, and that's that you. You said like when you were talking about dancing, you said you're quite self-aware and you think a lot. And you said earlier like you think a lot about how other people think about you.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe that also stops you with writing. It's a bit of worry about how this is, if it's going to be good enough, or if you want this to represent you or something. And I think it's a good, important topic because, well, actually, you're a very cool guy. And I think that a lot of people watching will be like, damn, Philip is a cool guy. How did Freddie like meet this guy, you know? And they will be like, you know what I mean? And I think a lot of people need to understand that a lot of people experience these feelings of, especially when you're like saying like, oh yeah, this, I found my environment as well. And I found my friends and I have too many people in my life because of my flat and stuff. Mm-hmm. Like, I guess the question, I'm not really sure what the question is.
There was a lot of it. It's like a salad of information, but I can pick something out of it. Yeah, this is like this one of those big issues that repeatedly comes to a lot of people who are fighting it. Is just like to have other people in your head and just stop yourself doing what you like to do because you cannot get this thought of your head how it appears to others. And I mean this is like something most of us humans share. It's because we are immensely social and we do not exist for ourselves. Like and all we do is actually also communication. And why do you express yourself? For whom? For your own pleasure or for the idea as such? Yes, but I also want to have it echoed in my close people and people who are similar to me, and I wish to reach them, like to have this connection. So of course we constantly have them in mind. I think it's also important in a way, but it easily goes into the realm where it sabotages you in what you're doing. And I don't have a close solution to it. I just I try to frame those people in my head differently, like to frame them more loving to what I wish to express. To not be the judge.
That's a good idea.
Or like the not like the threatening judge. We need a benevolent one inside of us. It's but it's somehow hard for us to form this one inside of us. But
definitely.
What we bring to the table and express, of course, a lot of people will hate it on the word. But yeah, and you need to give no fuck about that. This is one thing. Some people are just born with this mentality. Okay, fine. The others, also fine. Has also its merits. Like to think a crowd where you want to talk to, but frame it as loving, because you love the expression. It's for them, and maybe you get out of this stopping process with that. Yeah.
How does your phone play a role in this?
My phone?
Yeah.
Ho-ha. Wow. How does my phone play a role in all of that as a device?
Well, yeah, I'm just thinking it's a big social thing.
Oh, yeah. I don't use social media that much. At all. I just have WhatsApp. I use my phone in collecting stuff, because like the ideas, to get a grip on them, you need to memorize them. And I'm very happy to have this routine, or to have this routine established to record stuff that I want to remember. Like let's say playing a melody, or you have a thought and I like it, or an expression, I write it down. I have multiple groups of notes in my iPhone, and I think this is common, important practice for an artist. If you do not have the perfect memory where you actually blessed with keeping it in mind anyway, which I do not have. So actually, like the phone is less a social device for me than just like a way to outsource my memory with all its benefits and downsides. Yeah.
Okay, nice. So it's quite positive.
It is. Yeah, it helps.
That's great. You're in control.
Yes.
That's great.
Gives me control.
Yeah.
In a way.
Out of social media, that's important, I think.
Fredrik, that was... I like this experiment. I like the format. That was a pleasure.
It was a pleasure for me as well. Then we'll see you auf Wiedersehen auf Deutsch one
Sehr
day.
gern. We will meet in Italy.
Yes. Nice. That'll be great. I'll find the new Millie Ways in Verona.
Okay.
And that's where we will be.
Yeah. Let me know. I will come by.
Nice.
Definitely.
Nice. Okay, thank you so much.
All right. Bye-bye.